It is December 4th, 2025. Welcome to 555 Purple Alchemy. I welcome you on this super moon Thursday, and I am going to go into the Akashic Records, and I'm going to ask them on this super moon, the 4th of December 2025, what messages do the Akasha have for us? This is an important moon that I'm getting all kinds of senses and inclinations that there is a change that has started. When Lee Harris did his energy update for December, he talked about it. Ann Perry, the numerologist, she talked about it. Ann Tucker, she talks about it. So this is not new. This is something that we've all been feeling, and we're getting those messages. But it seems to me that the question for the Akasha really needs to be, what do we as the humans on this plane of existence need to understand or know that's coming through from the supermoon that's happening today. So I've already opened up my records, and the way that it works is that it's in the highest good for me and those that I love. Well, I love all of you. I love all of humanity. So it will be what's good for me and all of humanity, and certainly for anyone that sees this video. So I'm just gonna take a deep breath. I'm going to kind of settle back into the records, and I will be back in just a moment. So the first thing that the Akasha is showing me is the supermoon, and it is huge. It is taking up my whole sphere of vision. And in the middle of the moon is a heart, and it is beating, and it's just this very soft, methodical, glorious beating. I wish you could hear it. It's glorious. Thank you. So what they're saying is that the moon is so much more than what we understand it to be. We think of it in scientific terms. We think of it in terms of a place to go. There are scientists that think that it is a place to perhaps colonize. There are politicians that think that we should be able to have weapons to deploy there, to be used in wars. All of these very human ideas and notions. And what they're saying is that the moon, that is nothing of what the moon's true purpose is. the most important one that they said that we have an understanding for is the tides and growing seasons and fertilities, but that the moon is so much more than that, and it's so much more than what we as humans have learned or understand of it. And because of our unwillingness to fully open ourselves up to what the moon is and the potentials of all that the moon has, we are very limited in our knowledge of the moon. That in our galaxy, that there are many within our galaxy that have learned about our moon and what our moon can do, the wisdom that the moon holds, and how they can use that wisdom to help their race of beings to continue to grow, to enlighten, to raise their energy and their vibration, their frequency. They're also using it to understand us as humans so that they can come to us in a way that they will not be feared, will not be accepted. And what they're saying to me now is they're saying that those humans that are being worked with, that will be emissaries to bring them in, they are very attached to the moon. So they're saying that your moon cycles when you were born determined you being an emissary to work with beings that wish to come in to help humanity, to elevate ourselves. And so you will notice that you have an infinity for the moon, more so than the sun, more so than the daily gloriousness of the sun, that you really respond and feel fully energized and held when you are sitting and gazing at the moon. And it doesn't even matter where the moon is in its phases, that you are someone that just enjoys sitting outside and being with the moon. And so you are being called to be an emissary. And so they're saying that today's supermoon, what they're showing me is they're showing me the moon, and yet there's an opening that the moon has, and there are beings that are walking out of the moon. What does this mean? What are you showing me? These are not inhabitants of the moon. The moon is not that. The moon, the scene that they're showing me is just basically that there are beings, and humans will also be one of them, that work with the moon, that harmonize with the moon. And because they have the moon's knowledge, the wisdom of the moon, that they work with it. And so that's why they're showing me them coming out of this moon. And today's super moon, there will be an uptick for humans to become part of that. And my understanding, what they're showing me, is that by any one of us that decides we want to work with the moon, that we want to understand the moon, even those of us that don't have this pull, like those who were born under the moon sign, the different phases, there's certain phases of the moon I'm getting, where it's stronger. But even for those that seem to resonate more with the sun or with Mother Earth, that you too have the ability to work with the moon. So it's just a matter of sitting and being with the moon today. And because we are close to the winter solstice, the moon is going to come out earlier than it has in the past. And so we have the opportunity to sit with the moon for much longer periods of time today. Even in those places where it's really cold, instead of us having 10 seconds to commune with the moon, we can commune much longer. And so it's this ability that we have to understand the moon in a way that we haven't as individuals before. So they're showing me a waning moon. So they're saying that the even when the moon wanes during the day, that the wisdom that we can gain from the moon never wanes. It is always available to anyone that is seeking it out. What I'm feeling is this cracking of a shell. It literally feels like my skin is wanting to split apart. It's uncomfortable, but what I'm understanding is that this is us coming into a newness, that because we are here to work with the moon, that will change who we are, and there will be a newness that needs to come out. And so it's we're taking off a layer, and so it's breaking open, it's breaking free, and that newness within us is able to come out because of our understandings, our workings with the moon, in all the phases and all the cycles of the moon. And those of you who are more energetically sensitive will feel this at a deeper level. Those that are newer to their energetic work, you are going to have to question, you're going to have to ask to feel it intently so that you can understand, but you will feel it. For some of you, it will feel like just like somebody's kind of tapping on the back of your head like this, or on your shoulder, or even on your heart. And that is, that's the indication that you are feeling this. And so it very much is an energy, they're saying, that will be coming through. And it's just that depending on where you are will depend on how intently you feel it. And I'm asking, will everybody feel it that is on planet Earth? And they said everybody will feel it. It's just many, they're saying most, will disregard it. because they don't know what it is. And so they will just disregard it. They will pass it by. They're saying this is the first of many moons that will be coming to us with different lessons and teachings and wisdoms. Though they have given those to many humans throughout time, it's now being given to many humans at the same time. So more and more people will be working with the energy of the moon. And they're saying, and it's going to become very prolific with farmers, because they are already so in tune with the moon cycles, but because so many of them are thinking just about their harvest and planting and the movement of their fields, that they really haven't thought about the wisdom and the empowerment of the moon. But this is awakening within them, and so you will see that our farmers start to work differently with the moon as well as the sun. Okay, they're telling me that the message is complete. So that's incredible. I've gotten a couple of things about the moon in the past couple of days. What I knew that that was an important question to ask today, and you know, and I got this message yesterday from the Collective Council about soul awakenings, and so I'm just going to take a moment to read it to you. I did post it on YouTube and I did post it on Facebook, but I think it bears the reading of it because it really is so beautiful. So hold on one moment while I find it. Maybe. Okay. Soul awakening. As you awoke on this day, you looked beyond yourself, and what you gazed upon was different than it was when you fell asleep. Yet it is the same. How is it so different? It is because you are gazing on it with your soul's eyes. You are having a soul awakening. From this moment forward, everything changes. How you see, feel, smell, taste, touch will all be different. You will notice that which you never noticed before, even though it has been with you every day since birth. This is your call to fully awaken to all that you came here to be and to achieve. And so that was given to me, I guess on Monday, on the 1st of December. And so when I was just in the Akashic, they talked about noticing something that we've had all of our lives, and I believe it's the moon that they're talking about here. And so you're going to be looking upon the moon. You're going to be gazing upon the moon differently today than you did yesterday or the day before. And then tomorrow will be different than it is today because your understanding of the moon is changing. So that's from the Akashic field. So I just wanted to give that to you. I hope that this resonates with you. Please pass it along to anybody that you think might benefit from this. And I do readings. I do Akashic Record readings. I also channel. So if you're interested in any of those, please go to my website, 555purplealchemy.com, and book a session with me. And also, if you feel like you know somebody who would be interested in a reading and you want to give it to them as a gift, I have gift cards available on my website as well. So check it out. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at 555purplealchemy@gmail.com, and I will certainly respond to your emails, and I look forward to them. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful super moon, and go enjoy the moon.